Alright, so today's Monday, and from here on out, our warm-up sequences are going to be a little bit shorter than they were before because we are going to get some warm-up as we learn new scales today. So it's Monday, May 4th? May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I don't want any Star Wars gear. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but there you go, Star Wars Day. So we're going to run down our long tones. We're actually going to skip the concert F descending today. We're going to start right on 1A. We're going to go 1A, B, C, and D in half notes today. As always, slurred, focus on the starts, focus on the releases. Make sure you release right on count 3 every single time. Here we go. 1A. 1, 2, ready. I'm fighting pitch just a little bit because I'm warming up too. This is my first time playing today. All right, 1B. 1, 2, ready. C. And 1, 2. And 1D. I had a technical issue, had to stop the video and start over again. So this is 1D, that's where we left off. One, two, ready. Now we'll go on to the warm-up sets. Brass, by now you should be pretty comfortable with your sets, that you don't need that recording of Mr. Escobar playing in the background. But you can play along with me, all right? So there we are, warm-up set 1, option 1 for everybody. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready. Thank you. woodwinds set 3, option 4, and brass set 2, option 4 or 5. Concert band, brass, you guys should be able to do number 4, no sweat by now. After a couple weeks of this, should be pretty solid, okay? And symphonic band, if you've been keeping up every day, brass, set 5, no problem, you got it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Close my eyes more. And then our articulation drill. We'll go a little bit faster today, see if we can get those tongues really going. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Oh, that would be why it's wrong note. Try it again. 1, 2, ready. All right, so one of the reasons we can do a shorter warm-up is we're going to use our major scales to help out with that a little bit today. And so we're going to go ahead and play the concert B-flat major scale. We're going to play it in whole notes, and then we're going to play it in quarter notes, and then we're going to play it melodically. Whoops. And I'm going to set the metronome relatively fast here. I'm also going to set a drone because it's actually good for my ears to listen and match on the scale. In whole notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Now at that speed, it's really not so much scale practice, it is listening practice. So for those of us who are still trying to get that locked into our fingers or into our slide positions, going slow like that to give you time to think about the next note, that's a good reason to do it that way. But for 8th graders, most of us who know this B-flat scale super well, you're not really having to think too hard about the next note. So what you do is you open your ears and you listen and you lock in the intervals based off of that concert B flat. Now we're going to go ahead and play it in quarter notes, but not quite that fast. I said not quite that fast. There we go. Quarter notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Now I'm going to play it melodically. 1, 2, take, 3, take. If you would like to pause right now and go faster or do a double octave scale, you can do that. And then we move on to the concert E flat scale. All right, concert E flat. Whole notes one more time. There we go. 1, 2, concert E flat whole notes. Quarter notes. One, two, quarter notes. Melodically. 1, 2, melodically, go. Seventh grade trumpets. I hope that's locking in a lot better now. I hope that's feeling all right. Okay, concert F, same routine. Here we go. Whole notes and 1, 2, ready. Quarter notes. 1, 2, quarter notes. And melodically. 1, 2, melodically. All right, new scale today, concert A flat. Notice that this is just like your foundation book. in that there's key signatures. You don't actually have the accidentals written in, so you need to go over your key signatures. If you're playing a C instrument, flute, oboe, percussion, low brass, all bass clef instruments, your key signature is 4 flats: B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. That's important. That last flat, that's important, right? If you're playing a B flat instrument, clarinets, trumpets, and tenor saxes, you have 2 flats, B flat and E flat. Again, it's that last flat that's important. You have B flat and E flat. Your key signature has E flat in it. And then if you play a concert E flat instrument, alto and bari sax, you have 1 flat. This is the scale, you see flats in your key signature, right? 1 flat, B flat. And then horns, you have 3 flats: E flat, A flat, and B flat, E flat, and A flat. Again, it's that note. So it's the 4th note for everybody. The 4th note is the note you got to pay attention to. For literally everybody, the 4th note is flat. And sometimes I'll say, well, except saxes, you're natural. No, in this case, even saxes, your 4th note is a flat note. It's a B flat, okay? 1, 2 inside. For most of the brass, it's going to be 2 and 3, that 4th note, because it's an E flat or a D flat. If you're a trombone, that's 5th position, all right? And then, yeah, that pretty much kind of covers it. Horns for you, the A flat. Trigger 2, 3, trigger 2, 3. All right, so let's go on whole notes a couple of times just to get the pattern under our finger, all right? Let's get a good tempo going here. Concert A flat major scale. The whole thing, up and down. 1, 2, 1, 2, and... All right, some of you might need to go back and do that again. Oh, what's going on there? That's really weird. Why did I do that? Huh. But now we're going to do it in dotted half notes, 3 counts each. So you have a little less time to think about the next note. Really focus on the 4th note. That's flat for everybody. So when you get to the 3rd note, be thinking, okay, the next note's flat, the next note's flat, the next note's flat. Here we go. 3 counts each. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready. All right, some of my pitch issues, it's just really warm in here. It's like 80 degrees. Half notes this time. Half notes, 2 counts each. 1, 2, 2 counts each, and ready. That's all we're going to do with that one today, right? We'll do that some more tomorrow. All right, the last thing we're going to do on today's session is a little bit of a review for symphonic band and sort of new stuff for concert band. You've been doing this in the warm-ups, but you haven't really read any of this. So first, on this page here, it's really just kind of an explanation of how we get to 16th notes. You kind of got to go back to 6th grade a little bit. You take a whole note and you cut it in half, and you end up with 2 half notes. 4 counts become 2 counts, 2 counts. Cut those in half, and they become 4 quarter notes. 1 count, 1 count, 1 count, 1 count, right? 4, 2 plus 2, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Cut those in half, and these are each worth half a count. So half plus half is 1, half plus half is 2, half plus half is 3, half plus half is 4. And if we cut those in half, so these are just fractions, a whole, a half, a quarter, an eighth, 16th. Now you've been playing these in the articulation drill. Now it's about applying them in actual reading them in music. Okay, so for this portion of today, you're going to do just a tiny bit of counting, and then you're going to play through these. That's it. That's it. You're not even going to record anything and put it on Seesaw. Not today, anyways. All right. So you're going to count this, and so I showed you on the slide before this that so you can kind of see that this is count 1 still. This is still count 1. This is still te. So here's 1 and here's te. And in between the number and the te, here's 2 and te, 3 and te, 4 and te. In between those we have more notes. The first note in between that's new is ti, and then the fourth note is ta. So we have number, ti, te, ta. So this is 1 ti, te, ta, 2 ti, te, ta, 3 ti, te, ta, 4 ti, te, ta. So the ti and the ta go in between the numbers and the te's. All right, so this is 1 ti, te, ta, 2 ti, te, ta, 3 ti, te, ta, 4 ti, te, ta. And I would like you to actually say that out loud a couple of times with me. All right, you don't have to say it out loud, out loud, out loud. You can whisper it, but the trick is to get your mouth to actually do it because it's actually practicing on the tonguing motion as well. That's why we use those syllables. Okay, so say this measure 5 with me. Ready and go. And 1 ti teta, 2 ti teta, 3 ti teta, 4 ti teta. Try that again. It's a lot of different syllables. You can do it. Ready, go. 1 ti teta, 2 ti teta, 3 ti teta, 4 ti teta. So it applies the same way when you actually put it in rhythms to be counted. So we're going to count this a couple of times and then I'd like you to play it. Okay. So this is this measure. First measure of line 6 here, no problem, right? 1, 2, 3, te, 4. The second measure is a copy of that, except we put 4/16 notes there instead. So you have 1, 2, 3 te, te, ta, 4. So that's how that works, right? So counting the whole line together, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, te, 4. 1, 2, 3, te, te, ta, 4. I'm going to count it one more time, and I'm going to clap it too. You should be able to hear it over the microphone. And then I'm going to have you play it. Here we go. 1, 2, counting, go. 1, 2, 3, te, 4. 1, 2, 3, te, te, ta, 4. And this time I'm going to count it, and now you're going to play it on a concert F. And then that's our lesson for today. Here we go. 1 and 2, play it on a concert F. 1, 2, 3, te, 4. 1, 2, 3, te, te, ta, 4. I would do that a couple more times, and then you don't have to worry about recording anything today. You're all set. You'll do a little something for me tomorrow, though. All right?